Are you ready, kids?
Welcome to Rhode Island, a Shane Crosby production. Today I gathered 9 of my friends to ask them their thoughts on Rhode Island and what it's like to live here. 4 of them are native Rhode Islanders, 3 moved to Rhode Island from New York, and 2 moved to Rhode Island from Massachusetts. The 4 native Rhode Islanders are Jordan Barrett, Danny Brown, Ricky Brown, and Joey Kramer. The 3 New Yorkers are Nick Coppola, Jet Tancic, and Julian Vivas. The 2 Massachusetts natives are Mike Burns and Nate Stemple. I wanted to start off by asking Jordan and Ricky what their favorite places were growing up in Rhode Island.
As a kid, I liked Fort Wetherall in Jamestown and Ryan Park in North Kingstown. Really fun places to just let go and collect my thoughts.
My favorite place to visit is probably in Jamestown. I like to go to Beavertail. I like to go over to the cliffs over there. I like to check out that area. The best part about that is it's free. You can go anytime. It's only open during the day though when it's light out, but you can work with that. But that's probably my favorite place and I still go there to this day as much as I can.
Then I asked the 2 if they had any specific memories of Rhode Island. Jordan's response was,
One memory that I had in Rhode Island that I'll never forget is probably going to Fort Wetherall with all the boys, all of us getting together, just having a good time, enjoying nature.
and Ricky's favorite memory of growing up in Rhode Island was,
Well, in the summer, I definitely like to go to the beach with my family. I remember going down to the beach this one time. It was me, my brother, all my cousins, my aunts and uncles. We all went down to the beach and then we were swimming all day. And then on the way back home, we went to Brickley's and we used to do that a lot. That's my favorite tradition, is going to the beach and then going to Brickley's.
I then asked Danny, Ricky's brother, what the biggest difference was when it came to living in Rhode Island now versus when he was younger. He had this to say.
Definitely how small it is. Like everyone thinks, when you're from North Kingstown, my hometown, when you think Providence is like, you think, oh, that's like a ways away. But in reality, it's like a 25-minute drive.
This prompted me to ask Jordan, Ricky, and Joey what they thought made Rhode Islanders Rhode Islanders. By this, I mean, what is that characteristic that makes Rhode Islanders different from anyone else who lives in the country? Joey started it off by saying,
So I think there's 2 things. I think Rhode Islanders, like to stay put. You see a lot of Rhode Islanders like to stay in Rhode Island. It's a thing, it's the stereotype. You live in Rhode Island, you stay in Rhode Island. That's how it goes. And then the second is drinking iced coffee in the wintertime. I love that. I can drink an iced coffee whenever I want. I can always have an iced coffee.
Jordan then followed up with,
Probably just being cornballs. You know, a lot of Rhode Island people are just corn on the cobs. That's that.
but my favorite response was Ricky's. He had this to say.
If you're a Rhode Islander, you will defend Rhode Island till the day you die, but you will hate on it yourself. But the second that someone from Massachusetts does, it's over for them. That's what makes a Rhode Islander a Rhode Islander.
Moving on to the New Yorkers, I wanted to know what the biggest difference is when it comes to living in New York versus living in Rhode Island. So I asked Jet and Julian. Jet had this to say.
I would probably say how tight-knit everyone is. Back home, everyone's kind of like their own groups, doing their own thing. Up here, it's like pretty close community. Everyone's pretty friendly with each other and knows everyone around the block. So that's what I like about it, is how everyone's just together. We're one.
And Julian commented saying,
It's very different. The people here are very different. A lot of them have some accents too, so very diverse.
since Nick has lived in Rhode Island longer than both Jet and Julian, I wanted to know what some of his favorite hangout spots were in Rhode Island.
Love Jamestown, love Charlestown, love Gansett. I go to Oakland Beach sometimes.
Last but not least, the Massachusettsans? We'll just call them the massholes. I started off by asking Nate what his favorite day-to-day thing is about Rhode Island. He said,
I love the beaches, honestly. The beaches are probably my favorite part of Rhode Island. I think they're beautiful.
Then I asked both of them where their favorite hangout spots were in Rhode Island. Mike Burns had this to say.
I got a lot of friends in Narragansett. It's a very beautiful town. Lots of beaches, lots of little mom and pop shops.
Nate followed up by saying,
I've been to Fort Wetherall, I think it's called, in Jamestown a few times. That place is awesome.
I then asked Mike Burns what the biggest difference is when it comes to living in Rhode Island versus Massachusetts. He responded with,
Massachusetts feels a bit stuffy sometimes. I feel like you can get away anywhere in Rhode Island. Any town, you can just kind of get in your own head.
I ended off the day of interviews by asking them all if people should move to Rhode Island. Here were some of my favorite responses.
100%. This is a great place to meet new people, try new things, try new foods, diversity, and just a great experience for your life.
Rhode Island, man, that's really something.
Hell yeah, dude. This is a place to be. And it seems like I've been here for 4 years, and I was telling two of my buddies today, you know, I do different things. I try to every day or at least every week, and it seems like you never run out of things to do. You know, it's always interesting. You're always meeting new people. And like I said, the diversity across all different platforms is unmatched. So for sure.
I don't really know if I would suggest people moving to Rhode Island. I think that if you're from Rhode Island, you can appreciate Rhode Island for what it is, and it's great for Rhode Islanders. But if you're used to somewhere else and you come to Rhode Island, I think it's gonna be an adjustment. And I don't think it's an adjustment for everyone. I think it's an adjustment for the most elite of people.
I would recommend people who like the ocean to live in the ocean state. You know, if you're one of those country boys, one of those farm boys, and if you like to explore in general, I would stay out of Rhode Island.
Thank you to all my great interviewees, and thank you for watching Welcome to Rhode Island, a Shane Crosby production.